Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizano, and this is another episode of the world famous The University Love, the best podcast at 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But, ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves, and we're coming to you live today. Today is Friday, September the 24th, 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, we are recording on time today. All right. I'm going to upload this episode Friday evening, and then we will be rocking and rolling from here on out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to talk about keeping people's attention. Now, we all know these days, with all the phones, with all the iPads, with all the everything, people are like children. They're very easily distracted. And so whenever you do, doesn't matter what you do, whatever kind of content you create, podcasts, videos, whatever, you want to have the ability to hold somebody's attention. You want to have the ability to keep their attention for as long as you are doing the video. You don't want to do if you're gonna do an hour video, you have to be interesting for the whole hour these days. You can't. Have you ever watched the comedian special? And the special's like maybe an hour long, and there's always like a lull, and not all of them, but most of them, most comedian specials, there's like a lull. There's like a low point, and you're like, all right, this is getting kind of dragging on. You know, they can get away with that because they're a known entity, and you probably like them, and you're like, oh, this is my favorite comedian. Let's say Chris Rock, for example. Chris Rock was doing this show, and Chris Rock had a little low point, 5-10 minutes of, kind of slow. You wouldn't say anything. You'd be like, I love Chris Rock. Okay. So, but for you, Joe Blow, no, I'm just kidding. But for you, honestly, whenever you're doing YouTube videos, you want to first is when you're starting off. You want to have the thumbnail. Thumbnails have to be good. Headline has to be good. You want to keep grabbing their attention. And that is the gist of all this stuff. You want to grab their attention, keep their attention, how to retain their attention. It's sort of like this podcast. I remember in the beginning stages of the podcast I used to do, it was some points, and even I would know it. I'm like, okay, I think I'm sort of dragging. And I would say, all right, well, this is enough. This is it. And, I didn't know how to edit then. So I would not, I would just stop it because I didn't know how to edit. So I said, let me just, let me just jump off the train right now while if it's getting kind of slow, because you want to keep the attention, and you want to hang on to it, and you want to retain people. Because if you do a YouTube video and you watch the first couple minutes, you're like, this is boring, and then you just sort of jump off. That's it. You might not give these people another chance. So your headline, your intro, everything, you have to think. And this is the whole crux of copywriting. This is what I've learned in the last couple months since I've decided I'm going to be a full-time copywriter. I've learned every sentence, every paragraph, just you want them to read the next sentence, the next paragraph. So you want to keep grabbing their attention. And the easy ways to keep somebody's attention is to not use long, dragged out sentences. Get to the point, get to the heart of the matter. Talk. You don't have to have you don't have to talk like you have a PhD. You don't have to show people you're the smartest in the room. I'm not saying talk like a babbling idiot, but talk to people at a level that they can understand you. Don't use. Well, I took a writing class, and they said the absolute most thing that you should not do is use passive voice. You should use active voice. Active voice just, it's not Jack is going to go for a run. Jack is running. Like you want to talk like that. You want to start you want to start thinking about that kind of stuff whenever you do videos, whenever you do podcasts, whatever you do. You want to start thinking about this kind of stuff. How can I keep grabbing their attention? How can I keep grabbing their attention? How can I keep having the hook in them? And it's not about manipulation. I'm not saying manipulate. It's about keeping their attention, having their attention, holding court, as they would say. You want to learn this. And now, at first, of course, some people have a natural gift for that. Some people don't. I do not. I do not have a natural gift for holding your attention because, for the most part, I do not want anybody's attention. So maybe that's one of those things. But you have to learn that stuff, and you can. It's not hard to learn it. Watching different, you might watch different videos. You might watch different hosts. To learn how to have somebody's attention. Read a book. Go back and read a book that you really liked and read it again and see why you liked it. And so you want to start doing things like that, little things like that, and just grabbing their attention, keeping their attention, keeping their focus. And that's the thing of copywriting. So that's the thing about writing. Like, let's say you come up with a product and you want to sell it to people and you write an advertisement. That's the kind of advertising you want to write. You want to write to where they read the next line, read the next line, read the next line. You want people to keep reading until they buy. Okay. You want to go down and be like, you know what? Because in their mind, they're thinking, should I buy this? Why should I not buy this? And eventually, if you write advertising to where it's strong enough, you will get people to buy, and you will make all the monies. And it's the same as if you become, like I said, you don't have to be the most witty person in the world. You don't have to be the most charming person in the world, but you do want people's attention. And if you can master that on YouTube, you can make a living off YouTube. If you master that in the podcast, then your podcast will grow and you will grow and you can get more advertising, and you will get the more dollars. Okay. So holding people's attention is very important because in this world of short attention spans, it's important that you learn how to do this. And there's plenty of different ways you can do. Read your favorite book, look at your favorite TV show, look at your favorite host, look at hosts and see how they do. I'm not saying you have to copy them, but definitely take some notes, definitely figure out what they do, and you could imply that too, and we all can get better at it. I know I definitely need to get better at it, and you can get better at it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the show today. All right. We'll be back Tuesday with all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. Take care of yourselves. And as always, everybody, peace.